Boom, 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 ba-dum. ETH is 1.25% up, 27.49. Let's get it. I hope you are having a good afternoon. Hope you are having a great day. A good evening could be where you're at. I'm not really sure, but it is 4 o'clock here on the East Coast. That means it's time for a show. We got the right one up. Go ahead as you come on into the show. Please go ahead and smash the like button. We don't do that anymore. Please also hit the heart if you're watching on X. Let's go. What is up with the chat? Y'all were very active today. I appreciate you guys for doing that. Brian, DGem, Brian taking home gold. Volmer with the silver. And Blocky with the bronze. Good job. Good job, all of you. What a great day. As far as some of my favorite coins are doing very well. My fellow Pith heads, let's go. Is this the moment we've been waiting for? It could just be a breakout. We'll see what happens. We'll look at the charts. I know it was up like 20% or something like that earlier. Nice to see that. However, we're down massively. So it is just the beginning. It's like you got to, you fall down the stairs. What do? You got to start climbing back up. And so this maybe is like we've taken our first step up. So we'll take a look at, obviously, I'm sure it'll be on the gainers. Hopefully it'll be on the gainers for the day when we look at the market in a second. And then definitely when we get to the charts, we will pull it up. Among some other things we've got that we will look at, we've got headlines, Pi Network, not mainnet. I read the chat. Even though one of the headlines of the story talks about the mainnet. So it's the Pi Network, not the mainnet, is launched. What happened? Well, we'll have to take a look and see. We'll read the story, but the token price, you know what happens when tokens go live. We'll talk about in our Ondo news, the OUSG token is now going to be used on the Polygon network, and that is with who is going to be doing that? Man, it begins with an A. Assetera is going to be launching the EU's first regulated tokenization exchange. So that's exciting. Going to be utilizing the OUSG token there. Then you got Franklin Templeton working on a Bitcoin and Ethereum index. Now this is very interesting. This will be the second index, and it's Bitcoin and Ethereum only. However, this is something AJ and I have been talking about. Is when you get an index fund, that is absolutely massive for a lot of different reasons, adoption wise, liquidity, everything. But Bitcoin and Ethereum. So this is the second one. The first one we'll look at it when we get into the story, and then we'll wrap up our headlines with the SEC Cyber and Emerging Technologies unit. There's launching a new unit with the new look and focus. So those will be our headlines, and then we'll get into the charts. You guys know that, but I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. Please go ahead and smash the like button if you are watching on YouTube. And I know, let me just take a quick peek over there. Y'all are doing it. Actually, I don't even see where it says likes. Yep. Awesome. Keep smashing. If you have not done so, please do it. I'm going to throw up a poll in a little bit. So if you are watching on YouTube, be ready for that. And if you are watching on X, thank you. I appreciate you guys. There is no, you don't smash the like on X. You hit the heart. And about halfway through, we could do a tutorial if you guys want. I'll take a look and see if we've got good numbers. Then I won't do the tutorial. That's probably something that we can start to do. Is have the show up so I can respond to the X comments, because for whatever reason StreamYard doesn't let you respond to the X comments. But what I can do is go on up here and just respond on the phone like I typically do now. So all right, first things first, the first thing that I want to talk about really quick today, this morning, very early, bright and early, it was about 7 a.m. ish my time is when the fight actually started. But we had our friends Crypto Fight Night this morning. They were in where was it? It was in Hong Kong, I believe. Yep, Hong Kong. So we had, let's scroll down to make sure that we don't miss any of this stuff. So we've got, obviously, if you guys saw my post, Eric, the guy that I fought, Eric, he won again. I texted him. I said, man, congratulations on the dub, but I will tell you, you did not fight very well. I mean, he got the win, so he did fight well. but I just know that I know that he hits harder than what he was hitting in that fight. But congratulations to Eric, and jokes aside, seriously, congratulations to him. Maybe we'll get a chance for a rematch at some point for that belt. Who knows? Also, let's see, the Phoenix Beal, he was a winner. He looked like a scrappy little one, that's for sure. There you go. They're always showing me with my knockout there. Son of a bitch. Whatever. Let's see. Before we talk about that one, it was Keith Berry, our guy, the NFT kid, taking home another W against White Boy Summer. I got the White Boy Summer pink hat. He's a great guy. However, it was nice to see Keith take home a dub there. So keeping his streak undefeated, just like Eric did. Congratulations to those guys. And then the main event for the fight today, BitLord against Korean Jew. And this thing went the distance, went to decision, ultimately went in favor of Crypto BitLord. So congratulations to all of the fighters. There was plenty of other fights, but those are the 3 fights with fighters that I knew. So congratulations to everybody that took home a dub. Congratulations to everybody that had the nuts or the lady nuts to step in the ring and do what they had to do there. So there you go. Round of applause to y'all. Did anybody get a chance to watch that? I agree, Doug. It was not this. He did not hit the same. It was a slugfest between him and I didn't really see a whole lot of a big swing. A little bit, he's definitely got that right, man. That comes in good. But at the end of the day, definitely appreciate everybody steps in the ring, and once you've done it, you understand it and you appreciate that if you've got the balls again or the lady balls to do that. That is massive. So that was today. Also a reminder, 6 days from now. 6 days from now. So next week, Karate Combat going to be at ETH Denver. So make sure you've got your karate token in the app. If you want to participate in the up only gaming, you can do that, and you will want to have it in there in the next several days because of the snapshot. I don't know when all this is going to go away. We should probably maybe get LARPing on the show or do an interview with him and talk about it and kind of hear about some of the updates and when some of the rollouts are going to happen, because I know that there was supposed to be kind of something that changed so that you could bet live. It wouldn't be based on the snapshot, but we're not there yet. So definitely, why don't I fight a 4-foot dwarf? I don't know, man. I don't know. That wouldn't be fun. But we did talk about this with Corey once, and I think there's probably some merit in fighting 3 midgets at one time, like 3 against 1. I think that we could probably arrange something like that. That would be fun. You never know. Shout out to the chat. What's up, SMA, Patrick Power, 6 a.m. Doug, Jake the Crypto Snake, my guy Blocky, Ninja. Man, we got the crew in the house. I appreciate you guys. If I missed anybody, I'm so sorry. But make sure you guys, I want to know something a little bit. So make sure you get ready to vote in a poll. And if we forget about it, we forget about it. That's usually how that works. All right, let's get into the markets before we let the day run away from us. Let's go here and let's go here. All right. Much better today. Things are looking great. Up 2.14% to 3.24 trillion. Volume is up 4% to 90 billion. You got Bitcoin dominance still hanging at 60%. You got ETH at 10%. Gwei still under 1 at 0.72. Let's see that fear and greed up to 40. We've been hanging out in the 30s lately. Now we're back up to 40. Let's go. Trending coins, obviously Pi. We're going to take a look at that thing. See what happened there in a little bit here. Bitcoin, look at this. Finally, for once, we're not 96, 97. We are back to $98,300 for a Bitcoin. Let's go. Let's get back over 100K. Ethereum 2743. Bitcoin up 2.2% today. Ethereum up almost 1%. You got XRP to 269, almost 1% as well. BNB 654, Solana 174, up 4.4%. We'll take a look at here now that we've looked at both of those prices. Let's take a look and see. Remember, I swapped 54 Solana for 3.74 ETH, right? So it was like 10K was originally what we did there. At this particular moment, The Ethereum is worth 10,280 bucks. So all in all, I'm up 280. Had I kept those in Solana, it would be 9,411 bucks. So I'd be down 600 bucks. So right now, things are looking pretty good. I don't know how long we're going to hang in this. I don't know how long this is going to happen. I was thinking maybe it's time to throw a big chunk into VeChain, add some more. I was looking at I don't know if you guys are part of the VBetter, if you've got any of those tokens, but that thing has just been, man, it did like a 10x. It went down a little bit. This thing's like 10% today. Like, I'll tell you what, you better get some of that better token, that B3TR. That is, I got a video coming out about sustainability. As you guys, if you've paid attention to AJ show or my show yesterday, I think is when I talked about it a little bit, but we talked about VeChain. And you guys know that I use the metric of the, for RWAs, the Boston consultant thing of the 16 to 30 trillion kind of market cap that we're looking for tokenization by 2030. Well, AJ introduced me to kind of their findings for sustainability, right? And with that being said, like 26 trillion is their number by that 2030. And so, man, this is like the what, flying under the radar, if you will, right? Like, so the whole idea of, all right, let's really do a deep dive into this. Let's start looking at this, and where does all of this fit in? Like, how's it going to work? How would sustainability work? How does it get adopted? All that kind of stuff. So working on a whole thing for this, because man, I think VeChain, with how they are positioned and what they are doing, massive opportunity. And this V3 better, or how the better VBetter DAO, it's very interesting how you're getting rewarded. I mean, imagine, you drink, like, okay, I don't have my coffee cup this morning or this afternoon because I drank it this morning, but I drink out of a Yeti water and I drink out of a Yeti coffee cup every single day, right? I use my phone for social media. If I take a picture of this is from what I've gathered so far. If I take a picture of this and do whatever the thing is that you got to do, you get rewards. So while maybe it's pennies, it's something you literally do every day of your life. If you're a coffee drinker, if you're a tea drinker, if you just drink out of sustainable cups, boom, done. There are ways to do it if you're an EV driver, if you do cleanups. There are all sorts of ways for the sustainable environmental things, stuff like that you can get rewarded for, that people do every fucking day. So why not? Right. And so time to explore that. You guys have heard said, like, my whole goal, we need the bull run to kick off because I want to get a Tesla. I want to get the Model X because I keep bumping my daughter's head on the car, getting her in there. It's just how the door frame and whatever. But so with the door that goes up, I think it would be amazing. It'd be a lot easier and it would be exactly what I want. But anyhow, I would join just about every single one of the dApps apps you could imagine, doing all the things. If it is something that I do every day, why not? Why not get rewarded for the things that you do every day? That is in some way, shape, or form a passive income stream, because, like, I know that you have to do a thing to do the thing, but you're already doing the thing. Just do the thing. Come on. All right, let's see. What do we got here? What do we got in the chat? Toro Grande. Hola, amigo. Merc, what's up, fam? What's up, fam? I see a lot of good people. Carmen Crypto, what is up, Carmen? Hope you are doing well. My goodness, good to see you here. That is amazing. Love to see that, guys. Please go ahead, smash like. I'm gonna hit you with an early one. You know that I have to do that. Oh, Dad, how about this one? Yo, Dad, how about this one? Smash that like button. That's my little advertising team. I got to do some more. I've got the car today, so there will be no jumping in, hanging out. Eventually, soon we will go back to that. So maybe tomorrow. I know I'm getting a ride tomorrow, so getting driven to work. All right, let's get back to. Yeah, we fell way off track here. Let's get back over here. Let's see. We did Solana, Doge not really up a whole lot at 25 cents. You got Cardano up to 80 cents, up almost 6.5% today. And then rounding up our top 10. I just wish that we could. I want to start removing all the stables out of here and all the junk and just get like actual coins. But Tron Tron, 24 cents, 24 and a half cents. All right, let's look at anything massive mover we want to take a look at. And okay, Story IP, that's a really interesting, that's an AI thing that has to do with IP and AI and how it all works. Something we looked at this morning. VeChain, interesting, 28%. MakerDAO up 25%. Pith Network, let's go. Now it's 25%. Pith heads. Pith heads. Need like a rock and roll button. Let's go, Pith heads. 25%. We love double-digit gainer days, man. How could you not? How could you not like double-digit gainer days? Smash the like button if you like double-digit gainer days. Let's get it. All right. Man, I got excited there. My bad. Sonic, previously Phantom up 20%. Love that for anybody who's got that one. Psy up 20%. Virtuals, let's go. I missed it. I forgot all about it. I forgot to put some of that Ethereum over to Base. I want to split that up today. I'm going to put some Ethereum on Base, and I'm going to put some on VeChain, and I'm going to do that maybe. I do like the fact that this is it. This is all that I have to look at, and I'm going to think about splitting it up. Or I just add in there, like, okay, what's the move? Like, what would have been the better outcome? Keep it in Solana, keeping it in the Ethereum, moving it over to this coin, or yada yada yada, right? Like it'll be an iteration. We'll just keep that thing live. It'll be a living document of what was our choices and what did we do. Let's see which one of those reigns supreme. Okay. That let's look at our biggest. Now we want to see. I mean, with things like that, there's probably not too many biggest losers here. BitGet, Litecoin, Monero, Floki, Movement, Uniswap, Ethereum Classic. Come on. You're trading that, you're a bozo. We had to explain to Emmy. She called me a bozo a couple times recently, and we had to explain to her. This morning was our most recent. We had to explain to her that, and it's my fault because I yell at other cars when I'm driving, and I call people bozos, and so I got called a bozo by my daughter, but she didn't understand the context of it, so she didn't say it right, but I did get called a bozo, so we had to explain it this morning, which was pretty funny. All right, what else are biggest? That's it. Everything, it's like 0, 0, 0. Okay. Anything on the week? Any discounts this week we got to be looking at? There's BitGet, Litecoin, Monero, Floki, Movement, Uniswap, Ethereum Classic. Nope, nothing, man. That's boring. That is boring. All right. Let's swing it on over to our first story. Now, here's why I had said mainnet before, and I got yelled at in the chat that it was not mainnet. So anyway, here's where I took that context from. But what is Pi Network mainnet launch? Everything you need to know. This was an article from 2 days ago. So we're reading the backstory, and then we're just gonna read this little TLDR section, and then we're gonna jump over to the other part. The Pi Network mainnet launch today marks transition to full decentralization. This step enables external wallet transfers and exchange listings and the creation of dApps. And to maintain the network's integrity, Pi Network prioritizes KYC verification. The coin will become tradable on various exchanges after the open mainnet launch. This shift may drive initial price surges, followed by market volatility as more users and investors enter the ecosystem. Yeah, so that's exactly what it's seeing right now. And despite its growth, Pi Network criticisms remain. Okay, so we're not here to poo-poo anything. We're here to have fun. It's Happy Pi Day, even though they could have waited like what, a month? What is 3/14? March 14th is Pi Day. You would have just probably delayed it a month. 2025. My watch just said what Pi Day was. That's weird. I didn't ask you anything, for the record. Pi Network finally goes live, but PiCoin faces strong selling pressure. It launched today, started trading above $1, dropped by the IOU token. Is that what it is? No. Where's the chart? They not have a chart for it? Here's Pi. All right, all time. Here it is. Let me just share that with you so you guys can see what I'm looking at. Bring that up now. Okay, so this is fairly like normal for any kind of launch, especially a hype launch. People who were invested early understand what happens, and if it launched at $1.48, it went up over $2. Who knows what they got in at? But it really, like, whatever the seed round was, whatever the early investment opportunities were, those people cashed the fuck out, and then it just started going down, and people panic sold, and the rest. But I feel like it looks like and we may need to give it a little extra time, and maybe we can look at it over on TradingView. Let's see, is it on here? USDT. Let's see, Pi Network Tether. Yep, here we go. This is a gate. um, let's see. We need to get it off the daily. We're definitely going to need to put this on put it on like a 10-minute, so we at least have. Okay, how long did they? How long did they? So they. Uh, how long ago was this coin launched? Holy shit. This thing literally goes back to 2020. Dinosaurs out in 2020. When did this thing like launch? I know that I've heard about it for years, but I can't believe it's this long. People fucking waited this long. If you do a plus one. If you have been waiting from if to answer your question, yes.xrp, James, are you buying any pie? At what price would you buy? We'll take a look at the chart. I mean, I would think, like, based on that CoinMarketCap chart, I mean, it looks like it's potentially bottoming out. We need to go all the way. Let's see. Let's go to like a 30-minute chart. I mean, so you're in like total like discovery mode, right? So that's like where you had a bounce. So you had some kind of support action there. You've got money up here. So you're probably going to have good resistance here. Um, so that being said, I mean, like, you have to figure there's really no help down. I mean, unless it comes back down here to 2 cents. But that's like worst case scenario. So I wouldn't be looking at that. I mean, like, you're kind of like you're hoping that it found its bottom, right? Although this is day one, I assume you need to at least give it like a little bit, 89 cents or something, but it will come down. Um, yeah, I mean, like, I would just pay attention to it. I mean, really, like, you can't, I mean, there's nothing that you can like figure this out with right now. I would wait and figure out when there's a bottom, when this thing has a clear bottom, because I would assume you're going to bounce around here for a little bit or go down a little bit, or I don't, I don't know why it would just take off if all the people who've been there the whole time finally got access to coins or whatever happened. I'm not really sure. I wouldn't buy it right now at all either. Mike Vollmer says it. I'm gonna put your comment up there. Not right now. I would not buy this token right now. Um, on like, if you were like a gambler and you have some money and you want to say, man, I bet that's the bottom, and you wanted to throw some shekels in there, like, that's on you, kind of thing right now. But like, for me personally, I wouldn't touch this thing right now until it's either a clear bottom and things start going up. And it doesn't matter if you lose like a buck. If this thing is going to be worth a damn, then losing a few pennies here or there is not didn't make or break your didn't make it or break it. So I just you hate looking at coins on launch day, because you know what's going to happen. They just zoop and then zoop. That's exactly what happened here. So that's the pie. That's the pie. Let's see. The development is a sigh of relief for users who have been mining the crypto for the last 6 years. People have been in this to win this. No fucking wonder the chart looks like that. You've been doing this for 6 years and you finally got access. You're selling it, even though, like, like there's a potential that it would come up, but most people will probably just frustrated. I think people get access in 2 weeks for what they mined the last few years. Binance listing may happen soon. Okay, so they don't even have access yet? Could you imagine if that's right? I think people get access in 2 weeks for what they mined the last few years. Binance listing may happen soon. Doug says, I can't remember when I started, but I did it with Tech Hustler a couple years ago, at least. Yeah. So are you still mining the Pi then? What's the incentive to obviously to nobody decided if anybody got access to those coins. I mean, they sold. Well, it would suck that nobody, if you have been waiting 6 years, you can continue to mine. Okay, cool. It's banned. Oh, that sucks, man. If you have been waiting, could you imagine? Let's look at this chart. You've been waiting 6 years. You've been mining this token for 6 years. Launch day, baby. You see this thing in its first 30 minutes rip up to $2.75. And you're like, honey, we're rich. And then all of a sudden, every candle for the rest of the day. Oh, honey, we're not rich. That's one of those days that would make you sad. But we'll see what happens. So I apologize if that is exactly what happens. That's probably dramatic, and I'm not trying to make fun of it, and people probably just lived through that. So that's wild that something like that would happen, that you've been waiting that long, and then that's just what happens. But good job hanging in there. There will be a comeback on that. I don't know what to say now. I'm not going to dig myself further into a hole. Good luck. Yeah. Jake, that's a good one. Honey, we're rich. And then you go to, honey, we need to sell your feed pics on Feed Finders now. It's rough life out there, man. One day you're making it. And the next day you're contemplating putting a webcam in your shower. Oh, that's too funny. Let's see. What in the hell are we even talking about now? Let's move to our next news story. U.S. Treasury products launch on EU's first regulated tokenization. Acertera's institutional and retail clients can now trade Ondo's OUSG token on the Polygon network. There we go. What is Acertera? Well, they're a European trading facility for blockchain-based securities. This press release. All right, here we go. Acertera enables blockchain-based securities trading, allowing retail and professional clients to invest in and trade tokenized financial instruments, and they use atomic swaps. There you go. One of the products is the OUSG. This is the, it's funny. It's been a long time since I even tried to figure out what that stood for again, but it's the Ondo short-term U.S. government bond, and they provide institutional investors with exposure to short-term U.S. Treasury funds. OSG is primarily invested in BlackRock's BIDL fund, the BlackRock's USD Institutional Digital Liquidity Fund, and they said that soon we'll be leveraging additional tokenized treasuries. They've also got products with Franklin Templeton, Wisdom Tree, Wellington Management, and Fundbridge Capital. That'll be all part of the Ondo Nexus, man. One of the announcements from the summit, that was just wild. Someone from the team said this asset offers the stability, transparency, and liquidity of high-quality U.S. Treasury funds and prioritizes compliance. OUSG's got $394 million in total value locked, or TVL, as they say in the biz. TVL, industry slang. OUSG will be available to qualifying investors starting February 20th. Asset Terra's platform provides support for non-custodial wallet solutions. Okay. Love to see that. There we go. This is the Ondo news segment, right? Great to see the product launching, further spider webs going further and further into the crypto ecosystem. Here we go. Polygon getting a sample of that Ondo love with that OUSG. So shout out to Asset Terra and the EU for your first regulated tokenization exchange, excuse me. There you go. All right, let's move it on to our next article. We got to get through these next two a little bit quicker. Bitcoin Templeton, Franklin Templeton launches Bitcoin and Ethereum Index ETF. This is the second one, like I was saying. The first one is Hashtags. The market after massive matter Hashtags launched their NASDAQ Crypto Index US ETF, or the NCIQ, which is pretty funny. This Franklin Templeton Index, the ticker is easy peasy, baby. Easy peasy. I think that's hilarious. This provides exposure to Bitcoin and Ethereum without the hassle of buying them directly. And I think that's a huge, huge selling point. These index funds and all these funds for institutional is that they have exposure without actually having the exposure. And I think that this is the index. You guys have heard at the beginning of the show I was saying this. In the index fund, as these opportunities grow, right? So now it's just Bitcoin and Ethereum, but soon, we'll add other ones. XRP about to get an ETF. We'll get Solana. We'll get Dogecoin. They're about to get an ETF, right? And so soon, HBAR, I think, as well, right? And so soon, these index funds can have multiple cryptos in there. And once that happens, baby, you better smash the like, because that's what you want to happen. That means ultimate mass adoption when you have index funds. This innovative offering plans to add new digital assets as they become eligible for inclusion in the underlying index, pending necessary regulatory approvals, which is what we're looking at happening right now. That is literally what is happening. All the regulatory stuff is all taking shape. Hopefully we'll get more word in like the coming weeks, right? And then from there, like, everybody can get to work and make this shit happen. I think, we start to look at, and okay, maybe now the whole idea of the bull run and where we're looking at we'll say H2 2025, right? And you guys understand what that means. And if you don't, well, then you're not paying attention to the show, and you should start to do that. But with this bull run coming in H2 of 2025, this leads the way, because look, it's only February, right? And if we can say in the next 30 days start to implement or start to really nail down some of the things with these groups that they've got, and we'll look at the SEC. This next article actually probably plays right into this. Is the SEC is announcing the creation of the new Cyber and Emerging Technologies Unit to complement the Crypto Task Force. And so this is really something that, as we start to navigate through 2025 in this bull run, and assuming we don't slump down into a bear market, which I don't believe that we will, if it's a local, just a local bottom or a local bear, if you will, right now, I can understand that. But then, as we progress through the year, so we get a little bit better clarity on our regulations, right? And then from there, products can be implemented, because I'm sure these products are already ready to go. They just need to be bolted on, right? To have banks, be able to offer crypto to their clients. We know that institutionally, this is all like on the works, and they want this to happen. I'm fairly certain they want this to happen on a retail level as well. I think that's the slam dunk. Once you can go to your bank and say, hey, take half of my savings and put it into Bitcoin, or put half of my savings into these crypto assets that you offer. I think that to me is that's the moment. Maybe it's not, you always think about mass adoption, how that was like, and we're saying like, once you can use crypto as easily as swiping your credit card, or as the traditional system that we know, that's when we know that we've kind of made it. And I think there you go. There's step number one, where you just go to your bank and say, hey, allocate 50% of my savings to this, whatever that breakdown may be. And I think that's a first easy step. And I know it's controversial that, people are like, decentralization is the fundamental priority or property of what crypto is, the ethos, if you will. And it is. But at the end of the day, you got to understand, like, we have to scale back our kind of expectations of decentralization on a mass level right now, right? It's not just, you don't just throw them to the wolves and say decentralized, baby. The centralization aspect of, going to your bank or using a centralized entity to onboard, that makes a ton of sense, and it makes it easier and it's safer. And we know for a myriad of reasons why, decentralization it's amazing, but it's also it's final, right? Like if you make a mistake, if you get hacked, all that kind of stuff. Whereas, a bank, things can be reversed. And so, long story short, we're bullish. The fundamentals have not changed, guys. The technology is getting adopted. The coins, the concepts, everything is getting adopted on the global scale. This is great. The SEC announcing the creation of the new cyber. Not that I'm saying the SEC thing is great. I just mean the whole adoption of crypto is great. That's massive. That's stuff we've been waiting for. Ben's videos. Okay, yeah. I think he was gonna post a video, and I think he may be chatting with it. I'm not sure. So I knew that him and I had talked earlier today. All right. Let's move it on over to. That's it for our articles, right? All right, it's time for one of these. Here we go. Oh, Dad, how about this one? There you go. There's your reminder. It is time. It is time. Okay, let's swing it on over to TradingView. And here we go. Let me make sure that we swap this. All right, I have got, what do I have open right now? Ondo. Let's zoom this down. I think we're on the 30-minute. Let's go to the daily for Ondo. We got to start on Ondo. That's our Ondo for show, though. All right, so we are living here. We've got the fibs pulled up. We're sitting in the 618 right now. We slipped down, as you guys know. Where we got to zoom in a little bit more so we can look at what we're looking at. So we slipped down in our channel, triangle, whatever you guys want to say. This is, for me, it was a triangle, how I had it drawn up. So we slipped down from one of our levels of support down here, and you saw we bounced, and so we're back here. So we may range in, around here, up here, but we got a few more days until we get to the pinch point. Now that we're a little bit lower on the scale here, and so we've got until basically the end of the month, I think, right? September. Or not September, Saturday, March 1st, it looks like is going to be where we've got to make our decision by. So expect, come on. We know where things are going. Oh, also, with that being said, why I want to back this up. Look what we have here. I know this is just the daily. Let's look at a different time frame as well. What does the weekly show us? The weekly looks a little bit better too, right? All right. So here is the others chart. You guys know that we've been looking at this one lately. This is a great indicator of altcoin season. Where are we going to find our altcoin season? When? So this right here, this chart, this others, this is the entire crypto market minus the top 10. So we exclude Bitcoin, Ethereum, all the major stables, obviously, the top 10 coins, everything that's in there. And so it's a true indicator of what we're looking at. And if on the weekly, we had a nice long wick that brought us down here 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks. We're on our third week right now, right? We've got 3 days left of this particular week until this one closes out. And so we had a green candle. We would have liked to see a bigger body on it, but it's okay. The whole idea of potentially setting up this reversal to where now we can see that alt season or altcoins are going to have their time. And, it's nice to see some of our coins go double digits. And, that is a true indicator that, altcoin season is coming, or for some people here, or, whatever. I think, Pith going 25% today. We got to try to figure out what's going on with that. But I just love looking at that chart. So, all right, let's go. Let's go to that right now. Why not? Here we go. Finally, we had our channel drawn, and this thing's been going. This is the weekly. The weekly. This thing's been sliding for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 9. And we've been going up the last two. But we found our way. We broke out. We broke out of the channel today. Hopefully that candle will stay. And then tomorrow, well, this is the weekly. My bad. We got to pull this thing back. Let's get back on the daily. Here we go. We still broke out. It looks even better on the daily. My goodness. Let's go. Okay. So we're gonna have to figure. Okay, we've already got like our kind of idea of where we're gonna top for our first round of kind of resistance at 29 cents. So at 24.8, you got a little ways to go. What does that give you? Obviously we've been looking at this one, but now that we have broken out, if you didn't get your long in, you could still get, say it's 18% to the next line of where potentially we'll see some resistance. And so little 10x on that, baby, you're looking pretty good. So I would say if you didn't get in on the pump after the breakout, because remember we had alarms set, we had all these alarms set, and I would hope that you guys did too. So there you go. That would have been the opportunity if you would have hit that from our line here up to the top. That's 17% as well. Something ain't right. I did something wrong. My contact looked a little blurry right there. That's why I had to lean in. I think I messed up where I was clicking because I don't know why those numbers were the same, but so that's really exciting. Pith heads, let's freaking go. Now we just need now we got to get real with ourselves. Today's exciting, but fuck. Look at this. All right. So we've got 122% to get back up to the high that we saw in December, minus this big scam wick that came later in the month. That's wild. That the absolute scam wick that you can see right there. But so we've got a long ways to go. To get back to the top. But it is nice to see 25% gain today. So shout out to my Pith heads. Let's go. Smash the like. If you're invested in Pith, smash the like button. If you're not invested in Pith, smash the like button. All right. Solana looking good, up 3% today. I don't think we need to look at the chart. You can look at it right there. It was our drunken head and shoulders, man, or some other thing. Let you guys use your imaginations. Do we need to look at XRP at all? XRP down today. What's XRP down for? This could be a day to scoop up a little bit. Isn't this thing getting ready to do its cup and handle, right? Like, here's our cup. Oh, man. It's always on, except for when it's not on. Okay, so we got our cup, and we're building our handle. Hopefully, we'll shoot back up here, right? So what is it that we have to do from... well, no, because it didn't get back all the way up to that top. So that's not... It wouldn't be a true... on this, it wouldn't be a true one, right? If I'm not mistaken, you would need this to have come back up to here before you could like measure the have that measured move. Maybe I'm wrong. We got to take a look at that. ETH, not worried about anything there. Jasmine, I know we're getting close to our breakout point here. We have also this one right here, much like what we did with Ondo, where we went from one of our support zones, we pierced through it down to a lower level. We kind of bounced off of that and have since been going back up. So we're getting dangerously close with Jasmine. Dangerously close. What do you guys think? Is Jasmine going to be a performer? Is it going to be a dud? Do you think the climate, the change of kind of the principles and dealings of crypto in Japan are going to have a bearing on this, right? Remember, they're changing kind of the economy around it, right? So they're going to allow it. They're going to have tax, I think, big tax payments to people. There's also ETFs coming. There's a bunch of things coming with crypto, and I think that's going to re-spark the interest in Japan. Jasmine is the Japanese Bitcoin. Not, again, you guys hear me say this every time, but not because it's trying to replace Bitcoin. It's not the Bitcoin killer. It's just the ethos of it. And so it's like the Japanese Bitcoin, right? It's privacy, IoT, all that kind of stuff. And so there is just something in my mind that tells me when the light switch happens there, when that switch happens, that thing is going to rip. And I feel like look, let's zoom this thing out. This is the daily. Look at how long we've been sliding, right? Since December. And this is our second go at it. We did this from June to November. right? We had 2 of these where we had some big slides. This recent one is obviously a lot bigger, but do we long on the breakout? I mean, I would think so, right? I think, potentially you would. There's a couple theories of how you want to long on like a breakout like that. One, you long on the breakout, or 2, you long on the retest, right? Like there's usually a high percentage chance that it's gonna pop up, do a little thing, come back down, pop, and go. Sometimes it does go back down, and you lose your support. But maybe let's zoom back in on this thing, man. When is this thing gonna happen? I mean, if it breaks out of our, and I would say, like, obviously, maybe the line is not perfect, but at any point in, say, like the next several days, this thing potentially could have its breakout, like even maybe into the weekend, like say, because we kind of cut this off. Let's zoom it out and see, how does this line look? I'd say it's pretty decent. Maybe it pinches down a little. Nope, that's not the one that I want. Oh, I just triggered my alert. I mean, like we could even pull this up a little bit, but I mean, this is probably fine because it ended up getting rejected there. So, all right, let's zoom back in and see, what are we looking at there. Okay, so now we've got a little bit more room. So it's maybe tomorrow. So remember, set your alerts. We've got an alert on this trend line. We also want to do this. Also, let's do one like this. Like, well, let's catch a little bit after the break as well. Right? And let's remember, what do we do now? Set an alert. Jasmine, once per bar. I guess only once. It's really only going to happen once. And we say, go long now. Well, we're going to say that. It'll just get our attention. But I love this note feature because if you do it, if you log into TradingView to do this, right, and you set these alerts, you can set it so that you get an email. And it'll come up and it'll be a notification on your phone, and it'll say what it is, like go along now, or you've got an alert and you click into it and it'll open up as an email. It's like, go along now. You're like, hell yeah, let's go, man. So do your alerts, set your alerts, man. Do your work one time. React to the work that you've already done, not guess the market. Come on, let's make it happen. Let's get rich. Let's make it happen. Let's become wealthy. Let's make it happen. All of us. All right. Davy Popman, virtuals. Let's look at virtuals, man. This thing has just been a sack of shit since we bought it. Things were all looking down. As you can see, we'll erase all of our lines. Things are looking up now. I wish that I would have scooped this thing at the bottom like you, bud. Man, oh man, did I screw that up. Let's draw ourselves a bottom now that we got a bottom. Spam likely. No spammers, I tell you what. Have I done a virtuals video yet? No, I have not. I will put that together. I will definitely do a virtuals video. So we'll get that thing squared away. I'll get something set up for that. We'll get it working on. We'll look at the whole ecosystem, everything that it's got going on, what they do, everything. And I know there's a lot of hype around it before. I don't know if it's the hype is dead and that's why it's gone down so much, or if it's just, it is what it is. That's where, its baseline is. Well, we'll figure it out, man. Hopefully it's found its bottom and can start moving its way back up. That's what we hope for. So we do have a line down here as well that is, we've got an alarm says, and it says go long, MFer. So maybe we should change this one. Let's see. No, yeah, we'll set an alarm. Why not? We could say, look at me now. There we go. All right. See, this is what we do, man. This is why it's so much fun to go through this and look at these charts and all these coins that we like. Set these alerts, man, so that it, like, you get in, you can't always be looking at the chart unless you are someone who was always looking at the chart, you can't always be looking at the chart. So it's nice to like have a normal life and be like, oh shit, let's go. I'm like, hey honey, I gotta run to my computer, or whatever your story is. I don't know. I don't need to make up stories. Here we go. Karate Combat at 4%. You know, we got an event coming up here next week. We talked about it earlier. Make sure that you guys get your karate token into the app. If you don't have any and you want to participate, make sure that you do it through HBAR. Make sure that you do it through HBAR. I know that it is available on Ethereum, but it is not compatible with the app. You're gonna have to go through like a web thing, convert it. It's just kind of clunky and a headache. So go in through HBAR. Much better user experience, and I think there's more options and more things that you can do. So that snapshot, I believe, is in 4 or 5 days. So you can, voting starts in 6 days. So the fight is next week. Make sure there is IFC on this one. So depending on what is going on, may or may not live stream a watch party, but I'm gonna need one of you guys, probably Doug or someone that's got the YouTube Premium, to be our video guy, because as you know, even though it's funny to me, it does, like, I know it upsets people. I've gotten some messages about it when we get the ad, like it has happened a couple times, like when someone's getting knocked out too, and it's so funny. But yeah, I think that'd be fun. That because last time I went for the last fight, I was in Nashville for the Creator Fight League, but I in all intents and purposes, I think I'm going to be here. I have no plans unless somebody sponsors my trip out to Denver. I have no plans to go for ETH Denver or the fights at this particular moment. But so if I'm here, let's stream it. Let's have a little stream party. We'll have pizza and wine. I've been drinking some red wine, a little bit of red wine lately. Good for the heart. It's nice. You don't get fat from it. Nice. A little Cabernet or a red wine blend or a Pinot, depending on how you're feeling. If you're like sometimes the cab gives me a heartburn, so a little Pinot's nice and easy. But here we go. We got the karate token. Nice little pump ski. What do we got here? This thing wicked down yesterday, up today. If you caught it, holy fuck, you made 44%. If you caught that bottom, ooh, she thick. All right. Well, maybe you didn't catch the bottom and you just like got some today. You're up 10%, 9%, whatever. That's awesome. Go karate. Let's get it. Yeah, again, make sure you got it in the app. Remember, and like people are like, why would I get that, man? Look at that token. Look at it's a falling thing. It will come back. They unlock more of the supply. I think they're trying to change some of the tokenomics of it. I think they're trying to actually unlock all of it so that it's all in circulation, so that kind of the whole thing can be over. And then I've talked to them about maybe implementing some deflationary mechanisms. We had actually on this thing zoomed out. We could say, this is probably going to be our next test. I wouldn't think these wicks should hold up anything. This really won't do much. We'll see what happens in this little thing here, but that would be nice to see it get up over that. We've got some other benchmarks to see. I mean, this was back in July. It was up way higher than that, but that was like I think that was right before the Mexico fight, maybe. Not really sure. I don't quite remember, but it has definitely seen some better days. But again, there's more tokens, and we've got to get more attention on it. And so people are like, "Oh, why is it right?" I hold my tokens now. I don't do the swap thing. I will do my HBAR and hashpack stuff separately, but I'm not going to move around the karate token because it has the opportunity to move pretty quick or whatever. But I think it's important to be a token holder of karate for several reasons. For me personally, right? Like I fought in Karate Combat, but you get a chance to be an owner, right? It's like fan owners of the league. It is essentially kind of like a DAO, right? Like if there are decisions that need to be made for the league, there's a whole organization, but it's run through governance, and so why the hell not? It's crypto's first professional sport. Like if you had an opportunity to be an owner of a sport league, like would you not take that opportunity? That's not something anybody's ever had before. Nobody said like, hey man, you want to invest in and be an owner in the NFL? Oh, fuck no. Nobody's ever said that to you. But you can do that kind of shit with karate, and it's a growing thing. Every time, millions and millions and millions. Like once adoption and all that shit happens with crypto, this thing's gonna fucking rip. And like now's the time. This is like it's down low. I would get it. Like I would be looking at it for sure because even if it goes down a little bit more, like again, you're triple zeros. It's really not that you're. I mean, at the end of the day, like I think we're actually fairly close to even the all-time low. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You need to go to. You haven't been to a KC? Doug, my guy. We got to get Doug to a karate combat event. I think that would be outstanding. All right, let's move on here. What else we got? We got Goldfinch getting ready to pop out of its descending wedge here. ICP up 4% today. This thing has been a pile of dog shit. I don't care what you guys say. I know you hate me for it. It's fine. But Sam. This was the last time we looked at it. There we go. That was our thing. Nope. Yeah, we don't need it. We don't need that anymore. So there you go. It's still well within its demise, its fall from grace locally here. Maybe it'll have a better year, but I just feel like it needs a better narrative. And I know you guys hate me for talking shit about it, but it's fine. It's okay. You guys talk shit about some of my coins, and it's fine. It's what makes the world go round. All right. What else we got here? What else do we have? Whiff up 4%. Did this thing break out or is it still riding its trend line? Damn. Look at this thing. Man, we haven't looked at Whiff in days, but it is still riding this thing, still riding its little gravy train of support here ish. We'll see what happens. That nice little pump almost broke out of its zone, but fell right back down. So it's probably, I wonder if we could keep this thing in here and say, like, no, it didn't come out. It's right here. I mean, we could move this thing up for. All right. Others we looked at. Algo looks like it's had a nice couple days in a row here. The graph tastes like the graph. The graph and Pith. I know that we're happy about my fellow Pith heads. I know that we are very ecstatic about today, but some of these coins that were expected to perform so much better than they did, I am so skeptical that either they are going to do nothing at all or it is going to be absolutely parabolic. I don't know. I don't know which one. I've got a feeling uh, parabolic is going to be what it does. But at the end of the day, like it's just so crazy how some of these things just underwhelmingly performed, while some did a totally different scheme. You saw, what was it last week when we were? It was AJ and I, and we were talking. Maybe it was even earlier this week. Maybe it was Monday, and we were talking about dominance and Bitcoin and stuff, and then looking at there was a fall in a lot of altcoins from their high, right, from their local high down like 30 to 60%, some a lot more obviously, but let's say like a large percent of them 30 to 40%, whereas Bitcoin was only down 12%, in that same time frame, and so like, man, that was a great hedge. However, there will always be overperformers and underperformers and all that stuff. And I just feel like at some point, some of these coins, some of these are going to just absolutely, absolutely go nuclear, melt faces. Just a matter of which ones, the strong narrative ones. I see Daniel Marthy says, I have a question, opinion. I sold 900 pies speculating that it will go down to around 10 cents before stabilizing. I'm not sure. Should I buy it back with the same price now or risk it? Will fall. I mean, when we were talking about Pie Man, like a lot of us were saying the same kind of thing. Like it is gonna probably go down a little bit more. I mean, here, let's pull the pie chart back up. See if it's done anything different since USDT Pie Network. Let's go to the 30-minute. We were looking at it before. So, all right. So let's do this. It is 5:01. I'm gonna put this on the 10-minute chart. So probably let's so we've been going for Probably like right. I'm gonna say like right where it is right now, actually. So if I were to look back like 30, 40 minutes, like I can pinpoint that to like right here. So this right here, this is the point in which we took a look at pi today, and so that we can judge over the next several days of what happens. Like when we first looked at it here on this show, and this is the metric that I want. You guys can keep your own or whatever, but so there we go. That oh golly, there you go. The white line. There you go. Selling pies madness. I mean, if you already sold it, do you get back in or do you wait for it? Is it stabilizing? Is it going to find another bottom? Is it going to come back and touch it? I mean, you got to make your own strategy here. I would say that, I mean, this is day number 1. I don't think it finds the bottom, today. Maybe in the next 24 hours, that would make sense. And so just keep an eye on it. If it starts to go up and you feel like it's not going to come back down, you can buy some. But I would tell you that it's new. There's a lot of speculation, a lot of hype. It's probably going to have some volatility. So set your zones. For if I were to buy in and 10 cents, I don't know. I don't think that we have this thing going down to 10 cents. Let's see here. Where is 10 cents? Right. That's what you had said, 10 cents. What do you think about rolling some ADA over to VET? Man, crazy crypto scad. I would do it. I don't think ADA is going to be a huge performer this year, unfortunately. I just don't. And even if it does get its all-time high, what is that, like a 2x or something from where it is right now? VeChain, on the other hand, VeChain is going to do massive things, massive numbers. 28 cents, it's its all-time high. It's at like 2, 3, right? It's a no-brainer. That to me is a slam dunk. You're going to get a better ROI for sure out of VeChain than you are out of Cardano at this particular moment. If you were at Cardano at 3 cents or 30 cents or whatever, you've got a few X's and you're going to get a few more, and that'd be great. But if you're talking right now, let's look at these charts. I mean, this is what we do this for. All right, we're gonna go ADA Cardano, and then all right. So this is that's the 10-minute chart. We want to definitely go with the weekly. Okay, let's do this. Let's add Cardano. We're going to add it in here now. So we may have to look at this from time to time, and I apologize to you in advance for that. VeChain we should have. Didn't we add this already? Man, I thought we had a VeChain yesterday. What in the heck happened there? All right, and then we'll get VeChain spot crypto from. We'll just go. Oh wait, gotta make sure we get. They got Vert. What the hell? What in the hell? All right, let's go. Spot crypto VeChain here. The same time frame, right? Let's make sure that let's add VeChain. We definitely want to add VeChain because I'm telling you. So zoom this sucker out. Zoom it down. All right, so here is the VeChain chart. This is the weekly. I am telling you, man, this thing looks so bullish. Like even like the here looks great. I mean, I know that's not a straight line, guys. Don't worry. Again, block. Wait, that's not the day and drawing. All right, so let's do boom, boom. Out of here, boom. Those are like on the way up. I'm sure there's going to be some. We'll throw one in here. Can we do? No, not yet. So those would be like some of the lines there that I would be looking at for VeChain. And again, the massive partnerships, sustainability, all the shit that they're doing, all of the big real world stuff. You got Walmart in China that handles all of the stuff that they're doing there. I mean, that is, to me, the supply chain stuff. That is just absolutely, it is a massive project. And so there you go. There's VeChain. That's what we're doing. We're comparing these two charts. So I think there's massive potential there for VeChain. And then let's look at Cardano. I feel like has shot its wad for the bull run, and I could be wrong, right? And even if, again, we're just trying to go back to all-time highs, right? From where we're at, VeChain will definitely do that. Our all-time highs here for at least sustained stuff, like obviously we could. There's our wick. But I mean, look at where Cardano is, like, in the cycle versus VeChain. And those white lines they're not the same, but do you see that? It's like, it's for that same reason. It's for that same reason why I ended up swapping out of my Sol to Ethereum, is that if you look at the chart, Sol was coming down off of resistance, whereas Ethereum is bouncing off of support. There's a lot more upside potential to what Ethereum has got going for it right now than Solana. Solana is coming down. There's a lot of people leaving Solana. There's a lot of dilution in the meme coins. There's a lot of people who are probably getting fed up with that. And so I feel like the Ethereum move, while maybe there's some other moves that aren't as conservative, it's a good move for what it is right now, because this part of my portfolio is part of my conservative portfolio. Like, having a 10K in Solana, it's not like I wasn't expecting that shit to 10x. Like, Solana, and again, in my opinion, at $800, I'm tapping out. Like, if it goes to 1,000 or 1,200, that's fine, but $800, I'm tapping out. I know a lot of people have lower price points for Solana, but my tap out was 800, and I'll get back into it. But just right now, playing this little game, and as you can see, it's working out for me. Like, yeah, I mean, the ETH value is up $230, and the Solana value at this point is down 600, like a little over 600. Like, I'm up like almost a G by just going, you know what I mean, like value wise, by switching over to Ethereum. You just got to do these kind of things. So long-winded answer, Crypto Scad. I would switch some to vet. I'm gonna do that. I am actually gonna add more. I did recently add a lot of the VeChain that I had over to that better token, and watch that thing. That thing, like, a bulk of it, like 8x. I think it 10x total. I think I caught between like 6 and 8x's on from where I got in. And I tell you what, this thing, it's an emerging ecosystem. And again, knowing that potentially 26 trillion flowing inward to the sustainability vertical by 2030. Come on now. Come on. And again, I'm going to do all the things to get rewarded. You drink out of a cup like this, you get paid. You're not using paper cups. You're not using disposable. You're not using shit that gets thrown away. It's all that kind of stuff. All right, let me check the chat. What is up, fam? Serious question. Can I buy Cardano without having to watch my wife with... Oh, man. I actually, what's funny is that I've got to do some digging. I was looking on my computer where I thought I had I know this is silly, but again, it's Cardano, so not, and so I'll be able to find a record of it. But I had a handwritten seed phrase that I needed for something that I needed and had sent to me. And I know how stupid this sounds, but don't worry, it was just for something. And so I had a picture of my seed phrase for my Cardano wallet at one point, and completely lost it. Completely lost it. And so, again, there's no Cardano in it. It's just a couple of NFTs at this point that are probably worth nothing. I know that I've got some that are, they have nostalgia value to me, but I don't think, there's some assets for Cornucopias, some actually pretty good assets, but I don't know what the value is. It's been a long time. I'll have to look on, what is it? JPEG store? Is that, like, that's the main NFT marketplace on the Cardano ecosystem, I think. All right, let's see. Down the chat we go. D Crypto, how am I today? I'm doing fantastic. Thank you so much. I hope you're doing well, D Crypto. I hope every single one of you is doing well today. Please make sure that you smash the like button. If you are watching on YouTube, smash that sucker. And if you are watching on X, hit the heart, baby. Let's get it. All right. When did Charles Hoskins turn into Andrew Tate's love child? He's pretty funny. All right. Let's see. Do we have any other? That's it for the charts. That's it for the charts. I definitely want to pick up some VeChain, baby. It's all about the VeChain, baby. Let's look at some of our favorite meme coins. If you guys got any, I should look back in the chat. Did you guys send any coins to look at? Tell me. If you got any coins that you want me to look at, I'm going to look at a couple of my favorite memes, some of our favorite memes here, and then let's go. You did a good job yesterday, so I'm back today. D Crypto, thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Or I say, man, I say that just as like, hey, man, like not, whatever. I actually don't know if you are a man or a woman, so. Now I'm thinking take my 700 from Pi and put it in VeChain. I'm telling you, like it's not like it's gonna. We didn't draw any line. We'll draw some lines on VeChain tomorrow. Because by then, by then hopefully we'll have the video. Tomorrow will be like VeChain day. Tomorrow's VeChain day. We'll be talking about it on the show. I will have that video hopefully done and shot and then edited by tomorrow. No video today. I didn't get to it. I was doing a lot of things and I just didn't get to it today. And that is okay. Plus, I was watching the fights when I got here because I watched some of them this morning and then I had to go and then I watched the rest, the replay, and that was cool. VeChain doesn't deserve pizza day. Ooh. Oh, you know what? No. I'm stupid. I am stupid. So tomorrow, I know it's pizza day, but we're doubling up tomorrow. We've got Web3 breakfast. It is Friday, so we got Web3 breakfast tomorrow. I'll get all that stuff out. But we are doing the show live in the afternoon. So 4 o'clock is going to happen. Matthew is coming on. We are going to talk, and I'm super excited to chat with Matthew. As you know, he is our residential advisor, and he can tell us things that we should and shouldn't do. He doesn't have to, but I appreciate him. Let's see, 200K to 1 million with XRP, Ondo, and VET split 33% each. Let's see. So you need that to 5x in total, right? So you would need each one of those to 5x. So XRP, I believe XRP. See, that's the thing. AJ and I have this is fun, right? We were talking about this today. Like, it's fun that, I'm super bullish and he's got some more reservations sometimes. So it's fun how we kind of like blend these things together and we work it out. The whole idea of XRP ripping, Ondo ripping, and VeChain ripping, dude, absolutely. I think a 5x out of VeChain, that should be simple. Ondo right now at $1.60 or $1.70. Where is it? Oh, $1.23. Oh shit, that's right. I forgot about the dip recently. Let me just swing this on over here. Let's bring this back. Yeah, absolutely. Especially that it's back down here. So to me, $10 to $15, like $10 is a freaking slam dunk on Ondo, like a slam dunk. $15 should be easy by like next quarter, right? And then ultimately, I think 100 trillion is my guesstimate for probably the next couple of years for Ondo, and that's a $31 price tag. And so that's where I'm at with Ondo. So you can't go wrong with that. So I think if you say, hey, listen, you need to turn 200K into $1 million, and you need with 3 coins, right? And so you need each one of those things to carry their fair share of a 5x, right? 2, 4, 6, 8 milli. And so XRP from right now 268 to 5x to over $10. That's 12, something like that, 11, something like that. I don't think it's that hard. I got a bet with AJ for $1,000 that XRP is going to hit $10 by Christmas. I firmly believe that. I believe in all the things that are happening geopolitically and where they've aligned and all the stuff that XRP is doing, that a $10 XRP should probably happen sometime in the early parts of H2. And then so Ondo, again, where it's at right now at $1.23 for that thing to 5x, like for a 10x is $12. Again, I told you 10 to 15 is like programmed. And so that's a 10x. So that makes up for, if you were to lose a couple X's out of either XRP or VeChain, that one's going to make up for it. VeChain, again, sitting at currently 3 cents, needs what, like a 8x to get to all-time high, which I believe, I believe all-time. I think everybody believes that VeChain is going to hit its all-time high. There's no reason for it not to, right? With all the things that it's doing. So again, 26 trillion going into sustainability. They are going to get us. They are going to skim a large percent of that. They seem to be like the number one player. In doing my research, VeChain, in my opinion, is the number one player of the sustainability ecosystem. And I am welcome anybody to come talk to me and challenge or bring up some other options for me to take a look at. But there you go. So you should definitely more than 5x your portfolio, in my opinion, sir. So congratulations. That's good. I mean, for having a low allocation amount of coins, right? And I love that. I think the fewer the better, in my opinion. I think having stronger, stronger positions in fewer coins is great. You have seen me go from 22 or 23 coins in my portfolio down to, and I may have to like adjust this a little bit, but give or take, this portfolio tells me 11, right? So I've effectively cut my portfolio in half by holdings, but by having more concentrated positions. So I love that. 3 XRP Ondo VeChain, man, I'll tell you what, that's kind of like a dream portfolio for me. I may have to like kind of find my navigate my way there. I will have to keep some VHS, as you guys know. That's my jam. That's my meme coin. Look, and we can take a look at this. I want to make sure that we do look at that chart, but really quick, shout out to High Life AK. Thank you for the $5 super chat and the opportunity to kind of like talk you through what you got in your portfolio and what you think is going to happen, man. I think that's fantastic. Let's go. Shout out to the chat. Oh, Ellie popped in. What's up, fam? Chris McKenzie, gain on Solana. Okay. My portfolio looks like a pump fund graveyard. I tell you what, you gotta 10%. Don't allocate more than 10% of your portfolio to shitters. Right? Build a nice portfolio of things that you can trust, things that you know are going to perform well, they're going to make you money, that you can't risk it for the biscuit on everything, right? Like that's how you get wrecked. I've done that before where I put it all into leverage and lost it and revenge traded and lost it, yada, yada, yada. You guys know my story. So that being said, I would definitely, if you were a pump fund graveyard portfolio motherfucker, I would start to think about how you can allocate into some different coins that Old Faithful, oh trusty, aren't gonna rug. That's what you got to think. Yeah, I got cut my holdings by a lot. Got rid of Caspa a bit ago. That was good. I know that you were big in Caspa. It's been a while since we've looked at. Let's look at CoinMarketCap. We don't need to pull it on TradingView. Caspa, the Caspa Killers, Share this tab instead. Let's go. All right, let's hit this is the daily, the 7-day. Okay, not bad. The monthly, oof, down from 13 cents down to 10 cents. The yearly, 17 down to 10. Let's look at the all-time chart. This is the opposite. So Caspa has the opposite effect on me that ICP does. ICP has a great looking local chart with a dog shit all-time chart. And Caspa has a dog shit chart with a fucking, what looks like could be a massive, massive pumper. Massive pumper. Give me a fucking break. It's never really had that, but it would take 100% to from 10 cents up to 20 cents to get to all-time high. I don't know what the news is. I don't know what the ecosystem is. I don't know anything other than this thing gives me the opposite vibes of the all-time chart than ICP. But Sam, Let's see him. Find a new narrative, ICP. This was years ago. The same thing happened. It hadn't done shit. This coin hadn't done shit in years. Find a new narrative. Doug, there you go. 5% of your memes. There you go. That's great. Yeah, I would say no more than 10%. I would have to probably reallocate. I've got to figure out. I have at this point, it tells me 6%. 6% of my portfolio is meme. That's not bad. And I originally thought that I wanted exposure to coins like WIF and Bonk or Brett or whatever. And then it came to think like, nah, that's not what I want. That is not what I want. This is what I want my exposure to be for memes right now is like this, right? You got VHS, and yeah, it took a little bit of a hit lately, right? We saw a little bit of a down ski, but look at that. That's not a dinosaur tail. This is where this thing launched at, right? 99% of meme coin charts look like shit. 99% of them. This thing had a little bit of a fall here, but look, this is a good looking chart. It's got ebbs and flows, man. You get ups and you get downs, right? You know that the team's working. I know that this isn't a rug. I know this isn't a rug. And that's why I talk about it. You know what I mean? And same thing with, we've got, someone in the community. We've got the coin shitcoin, the CCC. I mean, look at this thing. We've talked about respecting the trend. We've got this. Look at this. This thing has never gone below its trend, right? We've had a couple. We've actually might have a new bottom here. We'll see what happens because we had a touch point here and then a touch point here with a little. Whoop, that was a little wonky. There you go. My daughter likes to say funky. When she paints her fingernails, she wants to peel them off. She said they're funky. If you could trade the chart with leverage, you would. I would, man. I would. Definitely. I'm with you. You just set it on a low leverage long, right? And you just let this thing go over time. Because look, say you could do something like that, and say you got in like here, and right now, 1,400%. And if you put any kind of leverage on that, say you put 2x. Say you're a pussy and you put 2x, and you got like close to 3,000%. There you go. That's the power of leverage, man. Help you multiplier. All right, then I know we got one more on here. It is up, so we'll show it. Remember, we keep the winners. We delete the losers. So Morpho, you guys brought this one to us. This is a community request one day. Look, the white line here. It hasn't really gone up terribly from 193 to 231. Oh, okay. Man, you got a little bit of a gainer on your hands right there. So here you go. This is Morpho. I believe this is a base, if I'm not mistaken, right? I believe so. So there you go. It hung on to its support level at the like the $1.75 and then bounce back up. We'll see what happens here. I'm not holding any Morpho. This is just one that I show for you guys because you asked me. So let's go. What's the news about the pie, man? Pizza pie. That's, you know what, at this point, the only pies that I care about are pizza pies, because today is Thursday, tomorrow is Friday, and that means it's pizza day. And that, to me, ladies and gentlemen, is very exciting. All right, I don't believe there's any coins you want me to look at, which is a-okay with me. Maybe we'll come we'll come some other day. Portnoy can kick rocks. Absolutely, all of them can. Every single one of them. Fuck them all. If you don't disclose your allocations, if you're just a little shitbag, all that stuff, like it's tough. Our industry's going through a lot. We're looking like dog shit. This is what's going to bring in the regulation. I almost feel like this is being forced. Like, go in and make a mess. Just make a fucking mess so we can come in and clean up the space. That's probably what's happening. So we'll see. But at the end of the day, let's have fun. This is crypto. It's the Wild Wild West, baby. The Wild Wild West. All right. That's going to do it for today. That's it for the show. Look, we started with ETH. We're ending with ETH. How appropriate. If I'm not mistaken, it was ETH when we launched because it was 2.5 and it's now 0.4. So we lost a couple percent. Is that right? Maybe it's just the as the time goes on kind of thing. So, all right, Web3 for life. Let's go. I love you guys. Make sure you smash the like button, hit the heart. If you are watching on X, it is your moral and it is your duty and obligation to make sure that you repost this video out and you tag as many friends and all your high profile friends and you say, let's get your friends on this show. If they're good traders, they're good chartists, they're project leaders, founders, whatever the fuck it is, let them know. Come on the show. Let's get it, man. We're trying to collaborate. We're trying to build. As you know, it's time to make some changes. Let's go. I hope you have a wonderful evening. Do something great. Make yourself great, and I'll see you tomorrow.